I don't know why I don't believe he wanted to hurt anybody. I really believe it was the schizophrenia, and it was hard to be alive and hear the voices.
The uncle of the armed man shot and killed by police in a Target store yesterday believes mental illness led to that deadly showdown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rob McCartney.
I'm Julie Cornell. We've learned the gunman is Joseph Jones, a 32-year-old man who entered the Southwest Omaha Target with a long gun and ammunition, but who shot no one. As KETV News Watch 7's Joey Savchuk reports, the family said they tried to get Jones help. They even got federal law enforcement involved.
And she joins us live with that exclusive interview tonight. Joey?
Uncle hopes people can have some compassion for his nephew, who he calls Joey. He understands the trauma inflicted on people and does not harbor any ill will towards the officer who shot Jones. The uncle is speaking up because he wants to reignite a conversation about mental illness.
He was a hurting kid. He was raised in a very tough environment, and this was predictable.
Joseph Jones's uncle says the near tragedy at Target was predictable, precisely because his schizophrenic nephew's behavior was the opposite, erratic. You say you saw this coming. What can family members do to prevent a tragedy?
Right now, there's nothing you can do. I agonize over what I could have done different. I've called the police. I've disarmed them. I've called mental facilities. I've begged with people, and Joey was not rational.
The Sarpy County Sheriff confirms deputies have responded to more than one call at Jones's residence, but can't comment further.
I don't think there was any intention of hurting anybody.
Do you think he knew that he would scare people?
I don't think he thought through that, but we all know the answer to that.
We asked Durkin why he thinks his nephew chose that store at that time. The uncle says he doesn't believe it had any special meaning, but it was close and familiar.
We've called the police and told the police this is inevitable.
Should he have been allowed to buy guns?
No, he should not have. And once again, I say I'm pro-gun, but when you're hearing voices and they're telling you paranoid things and they're telling you that the cartel's after them and they have to protect themselves and their family and all these delusions he had. When someone says that to a psychiatrist needs to have the responsibility to say, at this point in time, I'm contacting law enforcement and this person's right to own a firearm needs to be taken from them.
He wishes his nephew would have been given treatment in a facility.
Give people the tools so it never gets to the point where you have a Joey Jones who walks into a Target and decides to make the choice he made.
Dirksen reiterates that his heart goes out to everyone who's impacted by his nephew's decision. We asked why Jones would have so much ammunition if he didn't intend to hurt anyone. His uncle blames his nephew's delusions and says if Jones had wanted to cause others harm, he had plenty of time to do that. Rob, Julie?